Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Let me see if I should be over here a little bit more. Well, I'm going to have to be because I have to lounge my arm because this could turn a little lengthy. I wrote down notes, in fact. I got some notifications from news agencies and stuff that I watch, and I've recommended to you before the Real News Network out of Baltimore. They have a reporter who I adore, Max Blumenthal. Oh, dear. I just watched him interview. I watched part of it and I got kind of inspired to come at you. I just ate a sandwich. I'm sorry. I'm sure you're okay with the fact that I just had a sandwich. It was my dinner. Okay. He was covering an event in Washington. Evidently, they had a March for Truth in Washington, D.C. It was probably today. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I know you'll believe it, the subject of said march was the Russia deal. Now, Blumenthal really held this individual's feet to the fire. His name is Representative Jamie Raskin. Not sure what state or any of that other than confusion. And he's identified in the video or in the description as a progressive. Representative Jamie Raskin, well, I think he must be faking it because I don't know any progressives, real progressives, that are in support of this insane, delusional, ridiculous Russian probe. And Max Blumenthal just held his feet to the fire to the max. He said, how come you're not talking about Saudi and Israeli influence in our government? Why is it just Russia? Yeah, I am coming at you to recommend that you tiptoe over to the Real News Network and check out this Max Blumenthal interview at this March for Truth in Washington. And then another one that I just watched was a Fox News one, believe it or not. It was because Dennis Kucinich is a Fox News contributor. Dennis Kucinich was a Democratic congressman out of Ohio who, I am so sorry, pardon me. His district was literally redrawn to get him the hell out of there because he had the chutzpah, the gall, the nerve to bring up the truth about Israel and what they do with our money for weapons over there. And he's always been extremely truthful about it, which, of course, the AIPAC lobby will not tolerate. So he was being interviewed about this travel ban, and he said something to the effect of, you know, we just made this huge deal with Saudi Arabia. And that is often, like, interpreted in the other countries over there as we're funding the terrorists because they are not a good regime, ladies and gentlemen. Saudi Arabia beheads people in the town square. They do all the stuff that you hear about ISIS. He said, why don't we stop funding them and kind of leave people alone, and then we wouldn't have this terrorism threat like we do. Oh my God. Thank goodness some people are still speaking truth to power, and that would be Dennis Kucinich, Max Blumenthal. Also, Cynthia McKinney, talks about this all the time, how that AIPAC lobby rules the roost. So anyhow, that's it. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has, look at my new little light up things in the background lighting up, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't it lovely? Isn't it beautiful? So they have a march. There's my cigarette. On Washington. A march for truth. And this is what they're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is Russia. Give me an effing break. Why don't they have a march for truth and talk about net neutrality going bye-bye? And all the other things I talk about in my other videos that affect the American people. No, we have to keep clutching pearls and running to the streets with pitchforks, evidently, screaming Russia. It is all an absolute distraction, period. Don't you think that this NSA that has us bugged and catches outgoing phone calls and ingoing this and that, don't you think that after almost a year of investigating this, they would have found solid proof? And I don't want to hear about the 17 different intelligence agencies that came out and said blah, blah, blah. They come out and said it's, they didn't say for sure that Russia did this. They used language to the effect of, we have some certainty or something like that. It's what they do when they don't know. And since when do these people trust the intelligence agencies? What has happened to this country? All because everybody's freaked over Donald Trump. We have Democrats madly in love with the CIA, the deep state. They're even praising George W. Bush. What on earth, ladies and gentlemen? Get a grip. Okay, signing off, Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging, and recommending that you go to the Real News Network and check out Max Blumenthal's work. Bye-bye now.